excited to have Todd Crago join us again. Todd, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Todd, you're with the OC&T Railroad.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, last time we talked, it was, I think, end of October, wasn't it?
October? Yeah, I think it was the end of October. It's been
crazy busy. You went through a holiday season.
Yeah.
Or into the new year.
Had a great Christmas season. Busy Christmas season. I think at the end of the year we had over 20,000 people. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's.
So people are returning. It's this was pretty much a normal summer, right? Last year was sort of back to like the pre-COVID stuff.
Yeah, everything was pretty much back to normal, and
yeah, that's good. I know you guys are excited about this year. There's a lot of great things happening, and I know you're going to give us a rundown of everything. But I know at the end of the season and the start of the new season, there's that small window of opportunity for you to work on projects.
yes.
That window's never big enough, is it?
No, it's not. No, but well, and fortunately this year, or unfortunately, I don't know which way you want to put it, but the projects didn't involve my expertise, so I just sort of, I wasn't working throughout the winter like I normally do. We actually went and put roofs. Is it roofs or roofs?
Oh man.
I
Banana.
I thought about that this morning. Anyway, all the train cars, with the exception of our first class car, have now had their roof updated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So was that the top of the list of things to do during the off season?
Yeah. We'd noticed last year we were getting some leaks and stuff like that, and obviously the cars hadn't been updated in several years. And before you do anything with them, you want to start at the top and work your way down. So we got that knocked out over the winter.
How difficult is that?
For me, it wasn't very difficult at all. Fortunately, I was able to not have to get up on the. But we had a company come in, and we were very fortunate with the mild winter because the temperature has to be above a certain range before they can even work on them. And luckily, there was enough days that it was warm enough that they were able to get up there and do that. And, as a matter of fact, they also were able to get over onto some of the cabooses for the motel.
Oh, wow.
And some of their roofs have been updated as well.
That's fantastic. So is that like you're fixing the problem, but you're also there's also that historic preservation part of it?
Yes. Yeah. It kind of. We don't want to, obviously put on steel roofing and all that stuff. We want to keep it looking as close to original as possible. Keep it close and still get the job done of keeping the water out.
Yeah. I'd imagine that's a company you have to go with that kind of specializes in this to a degree.
To a degree. Actually, it was a local company.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. We like to use local companies for as much stuff as we can, and so we were able to do that.
Anything else on your list of things you want to try to accomplish before the start of the new season?
Not right off the top of my head.
Okay. Because there's so many other things you have for us here. And what's really great is, and we've talked about this before, where you guys work on the schedule well in advance so everybody knows what's coming up for the year, because people are getting off of a ride, maybe something they've experienced, and said, hey, I want to come back next year if you're doing this.
Yes. Actually, last year we started working on this year's schedule. I want to say probably June or July we were, throwing up ideas and working to get things in place. I think it was probably locked in by December, and yeah.
Here we are.
And of course, released first of the year.
Yeah. Well, let's first of all let's run down the year.
Okay.
And then we'll come back to some of the things that are coming up in the near future. But kind of run through what's happening this year with the Oil Creek and Titusville Railroad.
Well, we have the Peter Cottontail, and like you mentioned, it is already sold out.
Wow.
Yeah. We actually have another sellout too. The Speeder weekend in August. That's already at wait list only. So people can still call, but they're going to be put on a wait list rather than.
So, dumb question. You release the schedule on the website and on the Facebook page.
Yes.
Like the moment you do that, is that when the phones start ringing?
Yes.
Or are they calling before that even happens?
Well, some call before just to see. We don't take reservations. It's more of a schedule. We'll let them know when the schedule's going to be released.
Okay.
But yeah, we start taking the reservations once the schedule's released. And yeah, like the Peter Cottontail, I was surprised that it sold out so fast. And here we are, still 5 weeks away.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's coming up.
Yeah. Then something new we're doing this year, we're having a magic show train ride. That's on April 6th. We have 3 magicians come in. It's kind of like our murder mystery dinner theater, but instead of actors, we have magicians coming in. So that includes a dinner at the station. The Mill, I believe, is going to be the caterer for that one.
I hope these are the magicians.
They look like it, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, we have the dinner, 3-hour train ride, come back for a final act in the station and dessert, and yeah, first time we tried this. Of course, it's reservations only. First time we tried this. Kind of looking forward to seeing how this goes, and being April 6th, why not spend the night at the motel and then head down to Drake Well to see the eclipse on the 7th with them.
Off the Rails Magic.
Yes.
Very nice. April 6th, starting at 4:45 p.m. That's going to be a busy weekend because you've got the solar eclipse on Monday.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, boy, I'll tell you, if you're coming into town, this would be a great thing to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, something to do if
Yeah.
you're going to be in town for that event.
Great.
Other special events we have, of course, we have our wine tastings, and I think our first wine tasting is going to be April 4th. Let me look at my calendar real quick. April 5th is our first wine tasting train. We already have Star Hill Winery coming in. Of course, if you don't make that one, we've got 6 others,
And this has really grown over the years, hasn't it?
It has, yes, yes. I would like to see more wine trains personally, just because it's less work for me, believe it or not. No, I like getting these local wineries, getting business to them, getting the word out, and letting because they have 150 people that may have never heard of them trying their wine. So I think that's a good thing. But yeah, so we have 6 others. We have 2 in May, 1 in June, 1 in July, 1 in August, 1 in September.
And those tickets are available now to purchase?
Yeah, everything that we have going on this year, tickets are available.
Okay.
So even if you want to do a Santa train in December, you could call the office and buy Santa train tickets. I know, thinking of Santa already, but...
Well, but the point is, if you sit back and you think, oh, I can wait to do that, there might be a chance that it gets sold out before you remember again to do that.
That's correct.
So
That's correct.
And like as we said, Peter Cottontail Express sold out. A lot of the murder mystery dinners get sold out quickly.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, I don't wait on it. Make plans and get your
I think
tickets.
actually with the murder mystery, I think last year our final murder mystery dinner theater, which was in October, actually sold out before our regular season started.
Yes, it did. I'm pretty sure you sat here last February and said that it was already sold out.
It's possible.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's incredible.
yeah, it's amazing. People, I have a hard time planning that far ahead, but thank goodness our passengers do.
Well, but again, they come off and they have such a great experience and a great time.
Yes.
And like murder mystery dinners, for example, you might be doing that with friends or family. So you go, hey, boy, we need to do this again.
Right.
And then you pair it up with the time of year and all that. And it's just, yeah, it's a great experience all around.
Exactly. Exactly. And while we're talking about murder mysteries again this year, we have 10 of them throughout the year. I want to say our first one starts in May, I think.
Yeah, May 11th?
May 11th, yes. So, yeah, 10 of those going on.
Was it last year you increased the number of murder mysteries?
The year before.
The year before,
Yeah,
okay.
the year before. So this will be our second year doing 10.
Wow.
And, again, that's another one where I'd like to see more of them. The crowds seem to enjoy them. And, of course, on Mother's Day, May 12th, We always have something special for the moms on the train that day. And then, of course, can't forget Father's Day on June 16th. And then we're doing a Veterans and Military special on the 3rd of July. Christmas in July is July 27th.
That's always popular, too.
That's very fun, yes. And then we're doing our second Tiki train on July 28th, the day after. That'll be another busy weekend. I believe we have, the Christmas in July. We have a murder mystery train that night, and then the Tiki train on Sunday. So that'll be a big weekend. August 30th, we're doing our Taps on Tracks again. That went over really well last year. So looking forward to that again.
And again, if they go to the website, Facebook page, they can find the dates and information. And
yes.
You share that with friends and call them up and say, hey, if we're going to do this, we better get our tickets.
Exactly. And then, of course, we have Grandparents' Day, and then we're into our fall foliage rides after that. Those are our special events. Halloween train and Santa trains wrapping up the season again. But yeah, so we have several trains going off, March and April and May. Our regular season doesn't start till June.
Yeah.
All these trains we have going off early are special events. We don't have...
Well, it seems like because there's so much going on prior to June, it seems like really, the season starts like now, you know?
Yeah.
And you've got the school...
School runs in June and in October. We still have some trains available for that. If there's any schools out there that want to do a field trip with us, just call our office and make arrangements.
And what about business hours? Can people come in and pick up a schedule or come in and purchase tickets that way if they don't want to go online?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 3, they can come into our office on North Franklin Street, not down at our Perry Street station. But,
okay. So the actual office location?
Yeah, the actual office location on North Franklin Street. The only time we sell tickets at Perry Street is the day of the train rides.
Okay.
So,
which is another great thing to do is go in there and just see all the cool stuff available.
Yes.
So
yeah, Perry Street Museum and Gift Shop. So we have a bunch of railroad memorabilia, of course, plenty of merchandise, things like that.
Let's do this real quick. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream Television and on Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel. Todd Crago with us here this morning, Oil Creek and Titusville Railroad. Getting ready for the new season, I would imagine one of the other things you have to work on is getting that list of volunteers in place and ready to go.
Yes.
Does it look like you've got things, ready to roll there, or are you in need of volunteers?
We always will accept volunteers.
Okay.
I have a good crew of volunteers right now, but we're not opposed to growing that stock of volunteers.
Like what sort of roles would they have, and would you need them in these off months or like closer to the start of the season?
Off months are good to get them used to what we're doing in our special events and stuff like that. But volunteers on the train, volunteers around the station, do things there, and in the off season, if there's maintenance stuff going on, volunteers for that as well.
So if you're retired and you're looking for something that fun to do, and maybe you're like a hands-on person,
yes,
this would be a great opportunity.
Exactly,
and a lot of fun.
Yes, and if you're a retired school teacher and you want to share some knowledge with kids and things like that during our school runs, even we can use volunteers for that as well.
I'm a people person. I love talking to people. Like that would be the thing that would fascinate me, is just having conversations with people that have come in.
It is a lot of fun. That's my first year. Of course, I didn't know as much as the other car hosts did at the time. So I spent my time in the car just talking to the people, and instead of telling them stories, hearing their stories, and that was always a good time.
We just had friends from Drakewell on, and they were talking about some of their more recent visitors from overseas, and again, it's got to be fascinating when those folks are riding the train as well, and hey, what brought you here? Oh, the history. We have such an appreciation of your history.
Yes.
Sometimes more so than the people that live here.
Exactly. I'm assuming the same people from other countries that have gone to Drake Well are also riding our train, and there's been times where I've been telling stories of, different characters of the oil industry and stuff, and people will be just wrapped with attention to hear the stories. One train ride, I actually had 3 children. They must have been 4, 5 years old, and I was in a car that wasn't very crowded, so I'm standing in between the seats telling my story, and within a matter of 5 minutes, these kids are circled around me, just listening to everything they had to say.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. So again, people person, a hands-on person. There's opportunities to come and volunteer, and
Yes, there is.
man, I'm sure the list of things, Todd, even the the little things that you'd want to try to accomplish, it'd be nice to have some help with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every little bit that somebody can contribute takes one less thing off of my plate or Sherry's plate.
Now, when it comes to actually the rail line, the environment around the trip itself, how much work goes into that, and how much of that is on the rail guys? How much of it is on you?
Okay, so most of it is on the rail guys. They're the ones that take care of the maintenance and things like that on the tracks and down through the park. Obviously, because we're going through the park, there are some things where the state park has to take care of it rather than us. But clearing trees, keeping things back off the rails, the engine crew takes care of that even throughout the winter. So, even though the passenger train hasn't been running, we've been hauling freight all winter long. I'm sure you've seen the trains going through. So they need to keep it updated or upgraded just for them. And they do most of the work down through there.
I think it's fantastic. I love the sound. I love to see it. It means things are happening.
Yes.
Business-wise, businesses are continuing to operate and do well. And
I like seeing the freight coming in as well because, while we're doing great with the tourist side of things, seeing the increased freight coming in means that increased business is happening, and that's always a good thing.
You mentioned the number of visitors last year. Is there a number you'd like to kind of top? I mean, is there one? You don't have to mention it, but do you have a number in the back of your mind? Would be like, great if we hit X amount of passengers or visitors this year.
Yes, yeah. I would like to see 22, and I think that would be a nice, comfortable number.
That's a lot of people through. And you were well over 20,000 last year. You said that's great.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people coming into our region.
It is. And like you mentioned, they do stay. They'll come in not just for the day. They'll stay at the motel or even in Titusville or down Franklin Oil City area.
And even the ones who live in the area that are driving a little bit, they're still coming in. They're still doing things, spending money and exploring, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, they have to eat, right? So, if they come in the morning for breakfast before they get on the train, or when we get done in the afternoon before they make the trip out of town, they want to go somewhere and eat again.
Now, if somebody's interested in volunteering, do they stop into the office? Do they call the office? How does that work?
Either stop in or call the office. Talk to Sherry or JC, and right now I'm not in the office, but talk to Sherry or JC, and they will get the ball rolling.
What pressure do you have right now to get things? What are you working on right now that has to be done by, let's say, the Peter Cottontail Express?
Just make sure the inside of the trains are ready to go.
You spent last season really working on restoration efforts on, I think, one of the trains.
Yeah, we were doing some of the work on the trains on the maintenance track. We've slowed that down just because we want to make sure we have the actual passenger trains going again. So
all this costs money.
Yes.
Now, if somebody would like to contribute to help restore trains, to help just keep things going. Is that a possibility?
Oh yeah, we will accept donations. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, we will accept donations. Again, you can call the office, make arrangements, and
Because that's a fantastic project just to be part of, to be able to help that restoration effort and to keep things going.
yes, yeah, and these cars, they've been on the tracks here for over 35 years, so we do need to keep them operating.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible. All right, so if folks have questions, want more information, what's the best way to get it?
Go to our website, email us, call our office. Website is OC&TRR.org. And I'm drawing a blank on my phone number right now. It's so early in the morning, I need more coffee. 814
676
676
1733.
1733. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you
that's the
very
number
much.
to call. Yeah, no. That's a good number to call. The office, and for somebody who may not even know, the office was moved a couple years ago to Titusville. It's on Franklin Street.
Yes, it used to be down in Oil City.
Yeah.
Which still causes a problem. Some people go to Oil City thinking the office is down there, but yeah, it's in Titusville.
And then Perry Street Station will be open when?
For right now, it'll be open when we do our special events.
Okay.
So that's something if you don't have tickets, but you want to stop into the station, we usually open up 2 hours before the train leaves.
Pick up a souvenir.
Pick up a souvenir. Yeah, exactly.
Todd, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome
too. Thank
back.
you. Thanks.